those type of ratings, I have no problem with them. You know why? Because I loved Thor Ragnarok. So, a new Masters of the Universe test screening has reportedly happened, and the latest reactions sound a bit more mixed. According to Scooper Daniel RPK, the response is still mostly positive, but not as strong across the board as before. It is said that the movie is described as colorful, funny, and silly. He also says it has drawn comparisons to Thor Ragnarok for better or for worse. Now, for those of you that know me, know that I was concerned going into Thor Ragnarok because, they were basically turning it into a comedy. I was worried that they were going to stupefy it and make it too silly. That's something that happened to Superman 2025, but that is not something that happened to Thor Ragnarok. I was pleasantly surprised in that first whole sequence of events because he's making jokes. And I was actually laughing, but I was becoming worried. And then he broke out Mjolnir and started fighting, broke dude down, took his crown. And I was like, okay. They're mixing comedy with badassery. Okay. Let's see how this continues. And for the most part, I ended up really, really enjoying myself in that film. So, yeah. A previous test screening report said Masters of the Universe leans heavily into comedy, with the tone described as lighter and more joke-driven than some fans may have expected. The same report also said the movie still delivers on action with strong sword fights, faithful to the toy-inspired designs, and plenty of heart. The earlier screening buzz also claimed that Jared Leto's Skeletor stood out. He stood out in the trailer. He was one of my favorite parts. You know what I mean? Jared Leto has gotten a bad rep over the past few years for certain movies. So this could be his quote-unquote comeback. Prince Adam's Earth setting was played with comedic elements, and the film included Easter eggs and references aimed at longtime fans. I may have to brush up on He-Man before I go see it. I really haven't watched it since I was a kid. But when I was watching it, it was hardcore. But any of you that grew up in a strict Christian household found out that if your parents found out you were watching He-Man, because it had magic and mysticism and spells and whatever else was in it, you weren't allowed to watch it. So that happened to me. So I had to sneak and watch it and stuff like that. Despite concerns with humor, the reported audience reaction was mostly positive. With comparisons to Marvel's Thor Ragnarok, that could mean Masters of the Universe mixes big fancy action with a lighter, more comedic tone instead of playing everything completely straight. It also suggests that the movie may lean into colorful world building, fast banter, and a self-aware style, while still keeping He-Man, Skeletor, and the larger cosmic stakes front and center. Let's just hope it doesn't lean too goofy into Thor and Love and Thunder. Yeah, I was about to say something about that. Thor Love and Thunder and Thor Ragnarok are not the same. Let's see here. Okay, cool. All right. Well, tell me what you all think about this news. To me, this is a good thing. Okay? That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Only some of y'all are going to get that. Post the comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts and commentary on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. I think that's the first time I got choked up on a woo. Woo!